hope that this is all in screen. I have a couple updates, not anything regarding my finances, but with personal life. So I've already made a couple videos about my best friend whose house, her apartment was pretty much caved in due to a pipe bursting, and the whole ceiling fell through along with a whole bunch of debris and standing water. And no, she did not have renter's insurance. The reason she did not have renter's insurance was because of she was an on-call employee with the hospital she was working at then while she was finishing up her nursing program. She graduated December 11th of this year for her RN as a labor and delivery nurse. So for about 2 months, she had no actual reliable income. She had her child support from her oldest daughter's father, but that was also finicky because he's a police officer. He doesn't make as much as he used to, so he's trying to get on a track where he can pay her in a steady amount. Anyway, and I hope I'm not giving too much of their personal information out, but yeah, she could barely afford her rent, let alone get renter's insurance, even if it was just $20 or less. She had started a position with UPS. She has been there 2 weeks before she graduated. And then the week of her graduation, she had all her finals and stuff, so she missed that week. So she has been there about a month. She is going to be starting her official RN position January 3rd at one of the best high-risk labor and delivery facilities we have here in Tennessee. On the south side of Tennessee. So it's going to be in Chattanooga that she's going to work. But, she's seen that light at the end of the tunnel because she was working a full hours at UPS, making good money, being able to catch up on her bills, about to start her dream job that she's worked 4 years to do, and then poof, everything was destroyed on Christmas Eve. So there is a GoFundMe set. I have 2 videos already with the link, and I'll probably put the link under this one as well. I have had some people donate from here, and I appreciate it so much. I have put on TikTok about it too, and I got some negative comments about, she's just a beggar because, that's what insurance is for. Not everybody has the privilege. Not everybody has the finance. Today she did finally, today was the first day that she was able to talk to the actual apartment manager's staff, and they said that if repairs can be done within 2 weeks, that no, they are not moving her out of her apartment. No, they are not putting her in a hotel either. And the original maintenance man said it's going to take months to do because the walls are caved in, the whole roof, everything is done for. The pipes are completely busted and fallen to the floor. They did find their kitten. It was lost for a while, but they did find the kitten, and it is in good health. They had to foster it out because they're couch hopping right now in between families. And then all of their goldfish died because the power was out after all that happened. They were flooded in by the debris and ended up freezing by the next day. So her daughters lost their pet fish. It just really breaks my heart, and we're trying to gather up as much resources as we can just in case she has to move out from these people, because it is the housing's issue. She's had leaks in the past. She's had it to where they've had to tear down walls because of the pipes. They did not maintain this apartment the way they needed to. It is their fault. And they are not going to be placing her in, an adequate living position. Just a hotel, just a cheap motel even. They're not even going to help her with that. So they will help her try to find a new apartment if repairs will take over 2 weeks, but we already know that there is very limited, very, very extremely limited vacancies. So I keep telling my friend, it's like, maybe this is a blessing in disguise. She's about to start her big job. Like, just trying to, like, if you can't stay with these apartments, if they can't put you anywhere, then just, excuse me, I'm sorry for coughing. Just stay somewhere where you can save up a little bit of money. She's going to do what she's going to be able to do. I mean, she doesn't have a stable place. She can only stay at a couple places every now and then. So it is them going back and forth and the grandparents helping with the kids. She has 2 daughters. They're 7 and 1.5. But hopefully everything's going to turn out well. And I appreciate everybody that's donated, everybody that's shared. Please just at least share the link. At the very least. And she's not a beggar. And I'm not trying to be a beggar either. If I had it to give her, I would. And you all who have seen my journey know that I don't have it. If I had a place for her here, I would have her come here. Even if they do keep her at the apartments, she's probably not going to be there much longer anyway, because it is a low-income housing. So, she's going to be making her nursing wage and get her bonus and everything. And then she's going to be in a better position to find a place. But since it hasn't happened yet, it's a couple weeks out, it's a strain. It's a strain on the family, for sure. Okay, so that is pretty much the update with her. The update with my life is my little boy, Kieran, is sick. Has been sick. He ended up, last month he had RSV. They postponed his 1-year checkup, and then I ended up with the flu. So, he had RSV. I had the flu. He never tested positive for the flu, but he was congested. So we just kind of let it ride. It was fine because he didn't run a fever. He didn't get bad or anything. And he was well. And then he ended up getting impetigo. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a skin infection from what they believe was hand, foot, mouth. That was the Friday before last that he was diagnosed with that, and he started antibiotics on Saturday. So, from Saturday to Tuesday, he ended up very extremely congested. And I was so confused because I was like, he's on an antibiotic every 8 hours. So, why is he getting sicker? So, we took him back to the doctor, and he had a double ear infection. So they said, well, this is an antibiotic that will help with the ear infection. So just keep him cleared out and, just keep an eye on him. Continued the antibiotics. He was not getting any better. Friday, it got to the point of dehydration and very hard breathing. He couldn't sleep more than 5 minutes without coughing so much. He couldn't take his antibiotics due to throwing up after every single one because he was already upset for taking the antibiotic. He was crying because he was crying, all the mucus, and he just kept throwing it up. And I had asked for some decongestant on Thursday to be sent into the pharmacy, and they didn't get it until the next day because the store was actually out and they had to wait for their delivery. So Friday I took him before we could even get that decongestant in him. But whenever I took him, it being before Christmas and everything. They're trying to avoid the hospital. He went 8 hours without urinating. The doctor was like, just try to give him some liquid, even in a syringe, you know? And so I was like, every time he sees a syringe, he freaks out, and then he cries so bad that he throws up. She's like, well, you gotta try. So I did. I tried. I gave him apple juice in a syringe right there, and he threw up all over the doctor's office. And they brought him in for they started one breathing treatment, started listening to him after that, because his breathing was hard when we got there. It loosened up. He started wheezing. So they done a second breathing treatment, which was a little better. And then they decided on a steroid shot and an antibiotic shot. They sent us home with the breathing treatments every 4 hours. We discontinued the oral antibiotic until Sunday. She had me restart it on Sunday, and he has had problems with that since. He's not on it today because we went back to the doctor today, but he kept throwing up. But on Friday they said that his ears were looking better. So today is Tuesday again. 1 week after the diagnosis of the double ear infection. Friday they said that it was getting a little better. Today they are horribly worse because his little body is not keeping the antibiotic in. He is doing better elsewhere though, like with eating and drinking. He still has a very, very bad cough, but his lungs sound so much better than what they did. So they are starting a round of antibiotic shots. So they started that today. They gave him one today, and his leg is so puffed up. It is so horrifying. I cried my eyes out. It balled up probably like 2 inches above where it should have been on his leg, and he has to go back the next 2 days, every 24 hours and get these shots. But getting these shots is supposed to take care of it quicker. There was an option to do the 10-day, twice a day oral antibiotic, but since he already throws up all of the antibiotics I give him orally, there's no way of knowing if they'll ever help. And so we made the decision based on getting him well the quickest way possible. And then he has several follow-up appointments, and hopefully they can get him in for his 1 year. He still has an umbilical hernia that they need to check out, and it's just been a mess. It's been a time for my little baby, and he's only a year old, and it just breaks my heart. But he's doing good. He is in good spirits. Thank goodness. We did have a good Christmas. We had some plans that fell through with my boyfriend's family because they had a pipe burst at their place. But they're okay. They have a place, and you know, it was nothing to the extent that my friend Emerald had experienced. So I'm just thankful that we were able to get through the holiday season, and hopefully we're at the very end of my baby being sick. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get into all this. I ended up not working this Friday. I didn't want to total it out until I worked Friday. But I texted my job at 3:45 in the morning Friday, and I was like, I can't come in. My baby can't sleep. He cannot breathe. And so they were very understanding. So I took Friday off. And then today I was actually supposed to work, and I had to take it off again because the doctors were like, we need you here back on Tuesday. So that's 2 days missed work. But I am not going to fret over it because my baby is always going to be the most important. Let me see. I know I added this in the last video, and I can't remember what the total was. Okay, so the total for the week was $6.56, and then the hours And sorry that I sound so congested and I keep coughing. And I keep yawning, like I just did. But I'm fighting a sinus infection, and eventually I'll get to the doctor for myself to help with it. But what was yesterday? Yesterday was the day after Christmas, so, and yesterday at work was so rough, just being back after dealing with a sick kid, and I'm just very thankful that I have a job that I can depend on to understand what comes first, because I have had so many jobs in the past that has not been that way. Like, they'll be like, oh, your mom's the babysitter, why can't your baby go to your mom? Why can't your mom do this and that? Because it's not her child, it's mine. And if I want to be with my sick baby, I'm going to be with my sick baby. So I love my job for that. So yesterday I worked 7.85 hours, and it was only that long because I had to stay like a couple hours past when I was supposed to be off work, because I had a big party at the end of the day, which I'm very thankful for. It was 14 top table, and this is a lot of cleaning and everything, but they ordered a lot of food, so it was a lot of waiting on food, and, you know, let them have their time, didn't try to rush them whatsoever. So I just chilled out, and I helped out with other things while I waited on them to go. And I'm glad I kept the table, because it was a good tip. I always appreciate, you know, especially big parties that tip very well. And it was on one ticket. I don't even know. It was $225 for the entire party. And they left me $38. So I don't even know what percentage that is. I think it's like 15%. Hold on. I'm looking on my calculator. No, it's more than 15. It's like 17% tip that they left me. And that's fine, because they were very kind. You know, I cleaned as we went along. They were very considerate about, you know, we were very busy, and we are short-staffed. And they were very understanding of how long it took for their food to reach the table, and, you know, just, it was good. A good experience, and, you know, a good tip, in my opinion. So I did buy food today, because we tired over here. Zaxby's, and then I bought breakfast yesterday morning before work. Just gonna round up to 7, and it was Bojangles. And this is the last of the fast food for the month of December for the year of 2022. And it was $207 on fast food. So, we're gonna do better next month. Promise. We're gonna do better in 2023 altogether. Now, I knew I knew I had something else over here. Here it was. Okay. So, I'm gonna add here where I had fast food. It was this day and this day. Zaxby's and Bojangles. And then I'm going to highlight the others. I'm only going to highlight the ones that I have either not had any fast food, or if I had fast food, it was not purchased by me. So if you see right here, I do have 2 days that my mother bought the food. I'm going to have to shut this door over here. The 5-year-old popped through. And He left the door wide open. So, alright. I'm trying to think what I want to do next. I guess we'll go over the total that I'm going to be owing. I'm going to write these all down on a separate sheet of paper. My debts. My total debts for the end of the year. Oh my gosh. The struggle. Just to use my fingers. The struggle. Okay. I don't even know how to word it. I'm just gonna put debt end of 2020. Oops. I was thinking 2023. So, and I'm gonna do these based on what I want to pay first. So Mercury is gonna be the one that I want to pay off first. And that's a credit card. I'm not going to put the minimal payments. I'm just going to put the balance. So the balance on that is $2,342, which the interest has already been tacked on. So it's no longer this. It's up again. That is why I want that one taken off. We'll put 26% on interest with them. And then my next ones are, I still have my Belk. I have $297 left on my Belk. And then I'm going to take what I would have spent towards the credit cards that I just consolidated. And I'm going to, you know, just tack on. I'm going to have that paid off January, though. It's going to be gone by January. I've already paid my rent for this month for January, so that's okay. I don't want to add Belk on here because it's going to be gone this month. But my next one, we'll do Credit Central. I was looking for it on here. And that's a loan. It's over here. Oh, I keep looking at the wrong one. Oh, $1,527 on that one. And then Lytle loans. And then on my income tax, these two are being paid off. They're being paid off. Regardless, they're being paid off. I know that I need to get my van fixed, and that's going to be a whole lot of money. But, yeah, I'm just going to say here right now, these two will be paid off. I want to say by April, because that's typically when I'll get my tax return. Lytle loans is $2,624. Mariner is my next personal loan. That's $4,520. I'm gonna round up to $24. This one right here is the lowest amount because I spread it out through more months, and this one will lower based on payoff date, which these two will also, but this one it would be a significant drop paying this off early. So we're going to see how much is left over after getting my van fixed, whether or not this is going to be gone. I always end up paying off Mariner, and I always end up having to go back to them specifically because they have the lowest monthly amount. And the interest is just crazy. But like I've said in many videos, you got to do what you got to do. I know that I have care credit, but I am going to have to add a lot more on that balance. So I want to focus on my vehicles next, which devastates me to even put these down here because neither one run. But I'm going to worry about my van first, getting that paid off first, and it might be at least 2 more years before I can even get it paid. That's fine. I'm not going to be unrealistic with it, because I think that's the problem with even myself a lot of times, is I get so unrealistic. Like with the snowball method, I don't want to... I know that I have managed to come up with the money to pay these bills, and that now it's going to be additional money, but to me it's like, no, it's money that I've needed this whole time. So I'm going to do my very best to stick to the snowball method. I know I've already added it down here, but I want to add it up again. And no, I'm not adding my student loans because those are on forbearance till forbearance. I don't even know how to say it. They're postponed until at least June. And even then, I've always had the income driven to where it makes my monthly amount $0 a month, which does report to the credit bureaus as good payment history, even if you don't pay anything, because it's only $0 a month. And when they called me, I think it was in 2017 is whenever they called me about that, I was so thankful. So thankful, because before that it was hitting my credit bad. And a couple of my paid off credit cards has finally hit my credit card balance. Not credit card balance, my Credit Karma report. And it has not gone up a lot. It's gone up like 2 and 3 points at a time. Not all of it's on there yet, but you know what? I'm not going to stress it. I know it takes a long time to recover credit, so I always think that this is such an insane amount and that I have to recount, but I just put it in this calculator twice. $31,096.14 of debt. So, this is my goal. We're going to do it this way. The yellow is my goal to get paid off and at least 2023. And I'm not going to overdo it. I've already said that. The blue is going to be my goal for the following year, 2024. And then I'm going to leave these two. It's just going to be chalked up to the wind. I'm going to obviously pay all of these a month, but yeah, as far as getting the total balance gone, that's what I'm going to do. So, hopefully, excuse me, sorry, hopefully that will be successful. Just had so many curveballs, and I'm trying not to, like, talk it into existence that it's going to continue happening. But, yeah. On here, for the month of January, why is there a 24 up here? Why did I put a 24 on the top of this? I don't even know. Goodness. Tammy, get your brain straight. Republic is not due on the 1st. It's due on the 15th because that's whenever I had my mother deposit the check. My AUB is 126. So I just put 127 because I have been giving them the additional few cents. Care credit, I don't know what the minimal balance is going to be for that yet. This rent report, excuse me, I'm paying $5 for it, and it still hasn't gotten on, it still hasn't reported anything. And I know that my neighbors who told me about it said that it reported theirs like within a couple weeks. So if that has not reported by next month, so I guess by February, I'm not going to pay $5 a month for that, because that's just ignorant. I went ahead and put the minimum amount that is due for the Mercury credit card, but I'm going to be paying additional than that. These have went up. Excuse me. I am yawning. I am coughing. I'm just... Goodness. Okay. Belk and Lowe's went up. Both of those are my mother's. I shouldn't have put this up yet. I should have looked over it all before putting it back in there. Oopsie, oopsie. Okay. So... I think this is like 51 for Lowe's and 36 for Belk now. That's because she got some Christmas things on it. And that will go down fairly quickly. Trying to think of what else we need to talk about. I think that is it for the end of the year stuff. I'm also going to be trying to do a lot better on spending out and it's going to get there. I'm just going to say that. I'm going to make it. It's going to be fine. And these challenges, I'm going to be doing more of these. For sure. If my kids aren't just always sick, it'd be so much easier, because I know that, you know, it comes with the territory, but I am the one that gets up with them at night, and it's just been so rough. I don't know if you guys heard that, but it's the 5-year-old busting through the door. But thank you all for all the support. I am shocked that I have over 100 subscribers now. I really don't even know what else to say other than thank you, and I did not expect it. But I will see you guys again in the next week or two. So, thank you guys. Bye.